tried doing this without the script, but not going to work. So I'm currently designing a garden for a client and thought this video may be of use to someone out there. It's an interesting one mainly because there's no access except for the front door. It makes it a little bit complicated, but I'm sure this has been an issue for some of you out there as well. It's not the first time I've had to do it, and there's definitely tricks to doing something like this. The area is just under 50 square meters in this case, and the client, they want a deck, patch of grass, plants, and some paving and gravel. So yeah, not much in a 50 square meter space with no access. So I'm just explaining here. I'm going to be doing the model design on SketchUp. I'm just going to be explaining the landscaping process. If it could be of help to anyone, that's awesome. If not, switch it off. It doesn't bother me. This is not a SketchUp tutorial, by the way. It's just a landscape demonstration that, yeah, I hope it becomes useful for someone. Perfect. Right, off we go. The length of this garden is 10.52 meters. I'll be doing this in millimeters, and the width 45, 40 mil. So you can see from that picture as well, there's something in there which on the side here, which is actually a water tank from the looks of it. You can also maybe make out from the picture that just on this side, this is about 400 mil by 400 mil. There's the extraction fan. The client originally wanted, in this corner here, a pergola. Now, there's a house here, there's a house here, and there's a house here. The fence, which is around this perimeter, if you follow the red square, is only 1.8 meters high. You're going to need that pergola to be 1.8 meters or under, because it's going to have to sit under that fence line, because no one's going to want to see a protruding massive pergola, which are usually 2.2 meters high minimum, you know, popping over that fence. Now, I've steered the clients away from this, and they were quite understanding, but I mean, you can't really put a pergola in that's 1.8 meters or less, mainly because someone's going to knock themselves out and it's going to be damn right dangerous. And this client is actually quite tall, so it doesn't make massive sense. I want to put some macrocarpa sleepers in here to make a bed, because what they did want at the back was plants. Now, there's going to be a lot of soil and excavation and stuff that inevitably needs taken out for what they want in this garden. So instead of dragging it all out through the house, having somewhere to put it and somewhere to fill it is probably a bloody good idea. You can also tell that I probably don't do these videos ever, because I'm not very good at them. So yeah, like I was saying, macrocarpa sleepers are all 200 by 100, and then you just cut the length to whatever you need it to be. Now, my client originally did want concrete sleepers. Now, the reason I steered them away from this a little bit was because to get huge concrete sleepers, and my speciality is paving, by the way, not concrete, you're going to need more than likely a concrete truck. Now, you ain't wanting to bring a concrete truck or pourer through your house, believe me. So they were quite happy with macrocarpa sleepers. Also, macrocarpa is a softwood here in New Zealand. It's fairly well priced. It's fairly sturdy. It's good at containing soil. It's just a good choice. It looks nice. It can be painted, you know, and we'll get to that actually soon, because there is going to be a slight issue that happens when it comes to putting the deck in, because they do want a deck. I'm going to start off by putting in some decker boards. Now we're going to bear in mind the fence is going to be just the other side of this planter. So even if we maybe come in, I'm going to say, let's come in 50 mil off the fence at least. We're going to come in 50 mil off the fence this side. And again, I know this is a slow process, so I if you're still watching this, I'll be absolutely mesmerised, to be honest, because I'm boring myself to death. So we know the thickness of these boards going on is going to be 19mm. We know that the length is 2,900, sorry. So that should play into there nicely. We're going to group that. We're going to click on it again. We're going to bring it up to the height it should be. One of these boards is 140. This is Quilla measurements I'm going off at the minute. Not this way. 10mm. And we measure from there. Come on. Come on. 10mm, this is for the overhang. And we can hopefully get these two boards meeting. So here we go. Red axis, which I didn't do, and where the hell are we? Who knows what's going on now? We bring it into this one here. So 4460. And let's hope it's on the right point. So if we put this board on here, 4460, about 140. That gives us our first decking board. We're going to group this. Bloody messages. We're going to pull it up 19mm. And that's going to be one of our perimeter boards. Let's just check it's good on that side. Looks like it's hit a mark nicely, and yeah, the 10mm overlaps there, which is what we wanted. And what I want to do now is just start adding a bit of colour. Once you click on it, it starts giving you an idea. Obviously, there will be a board in the back there, but for the sake of not wasting everyone's time, I'll leave that for now. What we're going to do is go back into materials, go on the Quilla, just to give you an idea of the colour. But you can sort of see where we're going with it. The other thing to bear in mind, and this is what I wanted to come to earlier, is the macrocarpa. Now you can, let's go into the shop here. You can paint macrocarpa. You can paint it darker. You'll be able to get a colour that looks like this and stain it if you want to do the extra work. Just because macrocarpa and Quilla are almost polar opposite colours. So I'll give you an example right now. So we've got macrocarpa coming in here. Some people like the contrast. These guys are quite happy for the contrast. Personally, you would like to keep it all the same colour. Now, there is such a thing as Quilla sleepers, but my God, they're expensive, and landscaping isn't cheap at the best of times. So I think to add that onto someone's budget, and they weren't too fussed about it, it can be a lot of money. So we want to get that blue rectangle. There we go. That's oil 50mm from the top of the sleeper. You don't want it spilling up right to the top. It'd be a bloody nightmare. I am very aware how monotone my voice is and how boring this probably is, but I think it does still give you a good idea of what you can do with a small space with no access. So just maybe ignore me and look at the pictures. Turn the sound off and put it on fast forward. You'll be sweet. But you can start. To see what's going on. You can see we've still left plenty of room for what they want. They want grass in there. They want paving in here. So we're going to get onto that now. I'm probably going to start with the paving next. Right after, actually, I'm going to draw this in, because as you can see from the picture, it's quite a beastly thing to have in your garden. But there's not a lot you can do about it. So let's fill that. There we go. That was a process, wasn't it? So you can see that, I mean, it's a little bit of an ISO, but we're gonna disguise that as well as we can. There's ways of doing it. What they are, who knows? So we know the front door is roughly, I mean, look at all these lines. I'd tell you what, these are unnecessary. So what we'll do, we'll get these out of the way. This just makes it a little bit clearer for me to work with. So from the point in the corner, we were about a metre out. 1,000 mil. Okay. We're going to take from that measurement all the way up to there, and it's going to hit there at 6670. Okay, so we've got 6670. Now, from here, let's put in some timber. So we're going to go, that's 6670. And the timber width is going to be 50 millimeters. And it's going to hit the bottom of there. This is more or less going to be in the ground. Now, what this does is it allows me for my base for the paving that's going to go in here. So everything down to the bottom of that timber is going to need to come out. It's going to need to be shifted, and it's probably going to need to go in that planter, depending what's underneath, because I need sub base. I need sub base, and then at least, well, we'll say 80 mil in this case, 20 mil of cement, and then the pavers are going to need to go on top of that. So altogether, if we go 80 mil sub base, 25 mil cement, 20 mil paver, that gives us about the perfect amount. I'd usually go more sub base, but you know what? This is just a small path, and there's going to be a couple of people walking on it occasionally, so we don't actually need to go too crazy. I wanted gravel around the pavers as well. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in this bit for the paving. And this is just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing with the sub base. I don't like pavers on sand, never have, never will, unless it's block paving. You know, a Holland paver at 200 by 100 mil, or a walkway paver at 230 mil by 190 mil, that's fine. Block paving, driveway, stuff like that, brilliant. But for any other kind of paving, for porcelain paving, concrete paving, patios, larger pavers, do not let people use sand. They're going to move. So we're going to bring that up 80 mil.